You are listening to KC Sports Network, proudly presented by Emprise Bank, your partner in possible.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the must-listen Tail Talk KC current podcast in the world. I'm riffing, bro. I'm riffing and I'm bombing hard. Hey, it's currently with your boys, Daniel Kooser and Chris Wright. Chris, hey man, I was trying to cut a wrestling promo. It wasn't working.
You know, I didn't want to get in the way. I was just gonna let you go until until it ended.
I had those help me eyes look on. Help me.
I couldn't save you, man. There's nothing I could do. I'm sorry.
Hey, beautiful cold day out at Children's Mercy Park last weekend. That was a hell of a time, huh?
You know, we sit in the south stand, and I was waiting for that shade to go away and let the sun hit us. The sun never came for us. The sunshine never touched us, man. It was a little chilly.
Yeah, slightly disappointing with the weather and with the play on the field, kind of. We'll get into all that. But, dude, hey, getting back out there, I realized I have not conditioned my hips to be walking up all those steps that we walk up because the past couple days, boy, oh boy, your arthritic friend over here has been hurting really bad. It has not been a good time. We're talking chronic pain, but I'm like, is it really the freaking steps at the park that's bothering my hips? And it's like, that's the only, I mean, I guess I tap danced in a show for a while, but there's that too.
So when you walked in, did you you came in kind of close to the supporters entrance? Did you like go up the left side really slowly up the stairs, or do you go through a normal pace when you go upstairs, or is it like the day after where you're
I gotta
feeling the worst?
I got to do a normal pace, get going, get the momentum going, put the spring in the calves instead of all the power in the hips and quads, so yeah, it's a science. There's a science to it. It's hard to believe that we ran a marathon almost a couple years ago now. And I did that shit with you, and it's super hard to believe that I completed it. So
you didn't just complete it. You did well, but also the training that we did, the amount of miles leading up to it, was around 400. It was something ridiculous.
I'll never do it again. It's definitely like a bucket list thing to say that you did it. I don't know why I did it, but we did the damn thing, didn't we?
I think we got in free, and that's kind of why. Like we got a coupon code or something.
We love free shit, and it was like $150 value or something. It was like, okay, I mean, give me a reason to run, I guess.
I'll spend $120 on shoes to go for a free $150 marathon. That makes sense to me.
It doesn't make sense. I bought like I bought like 3 pairs of shoes throughout the training process and the race. Like I just went through them and I was like, that's what you're supposed to do. Keep your shoes fresh. Not everyone wears them till they look like Flintstone shoes like you.
True story, actually. In Topeka, I played at Sports Zone, my very first soccer league as an adult. I didn't know we were supposed to have like special indoor shoes. And my foot went through my shoe. I have a picture of my foot through a shoe on the soccer field. And
dude,
I got new shoes the following week. So
that's weird. You look like the hobo clown from the circus.
And actually, I made a friend of mine who subbed in and out. I made him let me wear his shoes during the game, and then we just swapped. It was a little, I don't know, it was a little odd, but
wait,
worked.
You guys switched shoes like mid-game?
On the bench. If he was on the bench, I would use the shoes. If I was on the bench, he would use them. It was weird. It was a Band-Aid. It was a Band-Aid for the situation. We improvised. And that only happened once.
I understand when people let someone use like their bat in softball or maybe even their glove. I don't like to put my hand in where someone else's sweaty hand has been, so I prefer to have my own glove. But you're out there sharing shoes, which is like, I don't know. I feel like you're some kid in poverty from Brazil that has to, no disrespect, by the way. These children have to do this, share shoes, man, because it's cost effective. God dang.
What needs must, sir. And the nice thing is he was like the same height, the same weight, the same build. So it just happened to work out. But that was the only time that's ever happened. So I don't know how we got down this hole.
Well,
but hey,
it's not like you and I could share shoes. No. You'd be flopping your feet all over the place.
it would be like flippers in the ocean. So
yeah, you're just running around in freaking pool flippers, man.
Pretty much.
Oh shit. Well, man, guys, welcome to Currently. Let's try this again. Man, there was. Hey, leave us 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts. By the way, I know we got new listeners out there. Start of a new season. If you guys like what you're hearing, go let us know. Let us know what you want to hear more of. Let us know what you like hearing. We're always down to improve and make this your podcast just as much as ours. So that being said, man, there was a game on Saturday, a big game, live broadcast on big CBS leading into the Final Four, which we spoke about leading up to this, how awesome of a situation that was. Not only that, but it's a rematch of the NWSL championship game, which we were both at last year. And it's a lot of buzz around this, a lot of nerves around this, because I don't know if you guys know, Portland Thorns, they kind of good. Sophia Smith, she kind of good. It was a time, buddy. What was your full on? We're sitting there, anthems being played. By the way, hell of a national anthem. Pop country singer. I don't know her name, but she crushed it. And I was just like, okay, maybe the best anthem I've heard at a soccer game ever. I don't know. I was very impressed. But as we're sitting there, game's about to kick off. What are your feelings? Are you feeling optimistic here? Or are you feeling like, oh, let's just let's see what happens?
I mean, first and foremost, the crowd was electric.
It was.
I mean, what we set the attendance record, 11,301. Dan, I feel like you want to say something.
I'm interjecting. We got to backtrack.
Go for it.
We got to backtrack because we broke the attendance record on fucking Thursday, which I'm like, I don't really understand for a minute. Make it make sense to me. I feel like we broke the ticket sales record, and they were expecting a record-breaking crowd, but we were told that the attendance record was broken, and everyone's like celebrating this. And I don't know. Am I worried too much about wordplay? I'm just like, let's wait till this happens. What if it doesn't happen? People could sell their tickets.
You know, me personally, I don't mind. I know you.
Because you're easygoing.
I am. You and one other person were a little bothered by the wording of it, but I mean, I don't mind. But that crowd, man, it was electric from the beginning until about the 3rd minute. But we'll get into that. But before the game, I felt not optimistic because we played North Carolina prior, and Portland is obviously really good. I just wanted to see where we're at, to be honest. I was just trying to have an open mind with no expectations. But I was excited. I was just excited to be there, excited to be in the crowd. You know, being able to watch professional soccer at the highest level in front of us again. That's what I was most excited about.
Well, what happened here right off the beginning, we're not looking good. We're giving the ball away. It's frustrating, right? I'm just like, Jesus Christ, their pressure is insane the way they're coming at us. And I'm just making these noises. I'm just like, I'm frustrated. And to where my spouse, she goes, will you stop? We're a minute in. And what happens a minute after that? We get scored on. Crystal freaking done in the 3rd minute. And I turn to Marissa, my wife, and I go, how many minutes in are we? Please remind me again. Because you just kind of sensed that this would happen really early, the way things were going. It was just bad. These first 3 minutes was just bad. But it'd be, it's an understatement to say that this game was a tale of two halves. Because, I mean, we looked bad in the first half, and then second half we had life. So what's it going to take to put together a full game?
I mean, to take a quick step back, their midfield dominated. Their midfield dictated the pace of the entire game, with the exception of a large chunk of that second half. They were on the attack. They were pressuring our defense a lot. That ball was in our final third, a good chunk of that 45 minutes. And that's something that it was kind of a replay of the championship game in a way, right? Like their midfield dominated then. Their midfield dominated now. but we also would be remiss that, we were missing some key pieces of players that, off-season additions we got that have not been able to play, that are primarily in the midfield. So that's coming into this game. I just wanted to see where we stood as a benchmark. I didn't have any expectations. Obviously, I would love to win. I just kind of wanted to see where we stand at this point against, the best team in the league, the reigning champions. And on the field, I kind of felt like nothing changed.
Nothing changed, man. 30 minutes in, we were well, of course, they scored again in the 18th minute, by the way, when Sophia Smith, who was just dangerous the whole game, just super dangerous, bro. I don't know why. Maybe she's the reigning MVP. I don't know why she's so good, but she is good. So frustrating, though. You're just like, can someone 2-foot her real quick? Because someone get her out of this game and, not hurt her, just maybe give her a little knock. She's out for a week, She's good. She's great.
I mean, one of the best players on planet Earth.
Yeah.
But it goes back to our defense has just not been able to step up in those moments and stop big shots, except for France. She's been on her toes the last 2 weeks. But, the first goal came off of a Gabby Robinson giveaway, like a minute prior, 30 seconds prior. She just cleared the ball out of bounds because she didn't want to deal with the pressure. And it's a rookie thing too, right?
Right.
But that does kind of come back to get you. She did that a lot in the North Carolina game. And she was able to get away with it because they were not able to capitalize off of those turnovers. Portland capitalized right off the bat off of that turnover. And it was with that possession that a ball was crossed in, and it just kind of seemed to linger there for a brief moment. And that's all that Crystal Dunn needed. And we're going to talk about our center backs. There's some work to be done there for sure. But, Gabby Robinson also clipped Sophia Smith for the PK, right? Happened right in front of us. So, that's something that is going to need to be resolved if we want to make a deep run. But the good thing, obviously, there's plenty of time. But, man, Sophia Smith was just a terror. Just constantly moving, did not sit still for a moment. Left side, right side, down the middle, threw balls over the top, creating her own shooting lanes. Just, I love watching her so much, but I dislike the fact that she's been so instrumental in destroying my heart with the Kansas City Current. So it's been tough.
It's very tough. I think that, oh man, and not to mention we had a little bit of a changed lineup. Elizabeth Ball's not in there. So you got Jenna Weinbrenner at center back, which is not her normal position. And now she's dealing with Sophia Smith. Now, granted, Jenna Weinbrenner's second-year player. She's no slouch. She's a professional soccer player, for God's sakes, and on the field. So, but to be guarding Sophia Smith one-on-one a majority of that game, making sure she doesn't slip behind, and she will. Slippery snake, bro. She was getting past her. And Jenna Weinbrenner's just like shit. And it's part of the game when you have one of the most dangerous strikers apart from you. And I think Weinbrenner was probably telling herself going into this, like, time to be the best. Time to be the best because I'm facing the best. And there were times Jenna had moments too where she curbed her. She was like, you're not getting that ball. It was great.
Our midfield did not do our defense any favors. But that being said, and we're gonna harp on the center backs, but I honestly thought Jenna had a good game.
Yeah,
I thought she has played better than her rookie season. Some of the notes I got on her. Let's see here. I think she was decisive. She was quick to recognize like passing angles. She shut those down. I thought she did a pretty darn good job. But when you're playing with a rookie as well, by the way, that's a hard thing to build chemistry. Hopefully as the season goes on, if that is our center back pairing, then hopefully that can improve. I thought she had a good game, but when you're going up against Sophia Smith, that is not a game to judge you as a center back on.
True. Yeah, good point. Let's We're going to keep breaking this down here in just a second. But let's take a quick break and come back to it.
Whether you're a Chiefs, Royals, Sporting KC, KC Current, K-State, KU, or Mizzou fan, we've got you covered. Thanks for watching this production of KC Sports Network, proudly presented by Emprise Bank.
Welcome back. What up? Dude, hey, one thing we didn't mention is that, we talk about record-breaking attendance, but did you already mention 475,000 people watched this game on CBS? Making it the most watched. What?
And build it and they will come.
The most watched NWSL regular season match ever. Kind of sweet, kind of awesome.
Big time. Absolute big time, man. I'm happy. Long time coming. It just goes to show you give them a platform, they're going to take it and run.
True. Good point.
Hopefully they continue to do so. Also, I think we should mention not to get too off topic, but the women's national championship college basketball game, record setting as well.
Yes, so, controversial. I heard all people want to talk about is a gesture that a woman made. And it's like, well, another woman made that gesture first. So it was kind of, they're just having fun, for God's sake. Let's relax.
And they
on WrestleMania weekend, no less.
Yeah. And they both downplayed it, so just media making something bigger of a deal than what it needs to be. But, buddy, come the second half, we were a different team, man. We came out
firing.
Yeah.
We had one shot in the first half, and I think Michelle Cooper had that. But second half, just if the numbers didn't say anything, the energy told a different story.
Yeah, we were stopping balls in the midfield. We're making passes. It was almost like watching a different team entirely. I don't know what Matt Potter did or said during the halftime speech, or maybe if he made an adjustment, but it immediately made an impact. And the crowd was kind of out of it at that point, right? It was 2-0. They were controlling the whole game. Felt like the national championship game all over again. The crowd was into it, but at the same time, we weren't getting a whole lot to cheer for. Second half comes out, different team.
We started to show that towards the end of the first, and I whispered to you, I was like, I said, well, man, wouldn't it be great to get a goal back here? That changes everything. And, then it did. In the 58th minute, CC Kaiser gets on the board. And sure enough, that just turns momentum, dude. And I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about Loera's amazing. Is it? You told me it's Loera.
Loera,
right?
Yeah.
Loera. That's fine. If you want me to get spicy with it, I'll get spicy with it. But the way it just curved out of the goalkeeper's reach, goalkeeper was like, okay, I'm not getting that. I might as well focus on who's going to get that ball. CC Kaiser was like, too late, net. And it just, God, CC looked so freaking calm on it. It wasn't like some crazy out of control header. She was like, I know where that's going. Right in the back of the net. Pass your hands. You don't have a chance. Just brilliant. I watched it a million times. I love it.
I can't stop watching the highlight. Like you mentioned, from that cross.
Yeah.
Past the keeper. The keeper is like, I'm not getting this, kind of backed up. And by that point, back post, CC Kaiser doesn't even stop. Her timing was impeccable. Shot through that ball. Made it look like she's done it a million times over. Right in front of us, by the way, we all go ape shit. At that point, we pulled one back. We're down one, and we're dangerous. We're absolutely dangerous.
It was amazing. Like, all the other players kind of lured the keeper, Bella Bixby, off, out of the goal a little bit. And then she just wasn't prepared for that ball to curve like that. And I'm just, hometown gal, CC Kaiser, getting it in. Everyone thinks Michelle Cooper's going to come in and score all these goals. And it's like, still frustratingly not getting on the sheet. But I think it's coming because she's putting in the work. Dude, she was tracking back. Michelle Cooper was tracking back to play serious defense in our own box. So, she made a recovery run. And it's like, whoa, you stay up there, number 9. It was wild.
Well, the whole first half, it almost looked like she didn't get a chance to get the ball, but she was still playing. She was still playing that whole first half. She didn't give up because she wasn't getting the ball. She was still working for it. She was still hustling. She was still positively impacting the team, even if the ball wasn't coming her way. And she's got to be one of the hardest workers on the team, man, off ball. She had a dangerous cross. I think our attacking player midfielder was just a little slow to get there, but she had that cross like past the box, and nobody was there on the receiving end. That just shows how dangerous she can be. She's going to be good, man. Her second game as a pro, she's going to be really good.
Yeah, I don't like that this second game had to be against Portland. Not really fair right now. Portland's just so good. You showed our expected goals on here. We pretty much hit that. 1.02 is what it said. And theirs was only 2.3. So technically we should have lost this 2-1. Things kind of broke down towards the end of this game, man. Freaking, momentum was all in our favor. And we're putting numbers forward, getting in the box. Dabinia comes in at like the 70th minute. And what a ovation for her.
Jeez. Everyone's
pumped to see her. You and I saw her on the freaking sideline like, oh, here we go. She's rehabbing from an injury that she picked up, so came in for 20, 25 minutes or whatever it was. And things just look good. Dabinia's distributing the ball. She's helping control the midfield a little bit, but things just went rampant, dude. Sophia Smith grabbing a hat trick. Why does everyone want to score hat tricks on this field? What is going on?
Well, it just goes back. It goes to show the center backs again. Like in that play, Weinbrenner kind of like muscled her off, but Smith got around her. She did her magic. Scores a goal. Gabby Robinson's on the ground. She's just so good, man. She made mincemeat out of our defense.
Yeah, it's not fair. She is good, and she's got. And she puts her hair in these cute little knots. And it's like, that takes time. But when you're great, you can take time on your hair, girl. When you're a soccer lord, you can do that.
I
hate to say it, but I'm a fan of hers. I like watching her work. And I know she's like the enemy, dude. We're supposed to like hate her, but like she's great.
Dude, she's soaking it in. Did you see some of her comments? Like, she loves playing in front of a crowd that hates her. That's what she said.
Does
like,
she
is pure heel. She's pure heel. Yep, being a villain.
I like her even more.
Oh,
I love a good heel, man.
Yeah. I can't cheer for her, but I really, really want to. It's so tough, man.
Hey, does she get time in the national team?
Yeah.
She does. But she's not like the starting forward because that belongs to Mallory,
Swanson.
Swanson, yeah.
She got a lot more playing time. This last She Believes Cup, Smith took the cup off to rehab an injury. But you take a look at the attacking options, by the way. Alex Morgan, Swanson, and Sophia Smith, plus Katarina Macario is coming back for the women's national team. That is a ruthless attacking lineup. Or attacking players in a lineup.
Yeah.
But as much as we want to talk about our team, and that's obviously what our podcast is about. Like every national media I see, everybody's just talking about Sophia Smith, man. So it's her game. Congratulations to her. First career hat trick. Probably, the first of many. But we had some positives, right? We can't be too down. We got some positives.
There's some positives, right? And we have a whole week off here. So It's weird not having a game. I'm like, what am I going to do with my life? I think that, then they got Chicago. We'll talk about that game next weekend. But I think that a lot of positives to take away here. Like, was there growth from North Carolina to this game? Yes. And that's all you can ask for, that the next game's better than the last, right? And just keep getting better, especially in these early games. So I'd like to think you got one of the hardest games out of the way this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Portland's healthy. Like, they had their full squad, But after these first two games, the first game you always want to chalk up as you don't know what you're going to get from any team, right? Just kind of a scratch off, just whatever happens. The second game is where you can start to kind of judge your team, but not when that second team is Portland.
Yeah.
So I'm honestly not concerned about anything at this point. Is where we stand. But we got 2 games coming up. We got Chicago, and then we have Orlando at home on the 23rd. Those should be 2 games where we can really kind of see what kind of team we have at the first half of the season.
Yeah, 100%. A little more, we're not at Children's Mercy Park again till the Orlando game on the 23rd. So things are moving better. That's what I said. Minor improvements, man, are always good. And hopefully you can get some people back from injury with this week off and go from there. So I wish we had more than one goal for this game. It just, the score line does not tell the story because I feel like their 2 second-half goals were BS.
They're just
really happened.
Us putting players forward, and hoping the counter never came. And when the counter came, Sophia Smith was there. And she had that amazing top of the box shot that no keeper in the world could save. So, credit to her again. But yeah, I thought France had a decent game, but that center back pairing, I think if they're going to make a championship run, they're going to have to do something about that. Whether it's get healthy or bring somebody in from the outside, but yeah, we'll kind of see how that plays out. One thing real quickly, Di Bernardo was warming up, so she probably could have came on if they wanted. So that's another player we'll get back, most likely against Chicago on the 15th.
I like that. I mean, that's, people getting healthy, man. So you got, I don't know, the team's going to look a little different for sure after this week off.
Yeah. And I hope they work on their formation. There's been a lot of conversation of doing the 4-3-3 or, the 3-5 or whatever, Matt Potter wants to kind of switch and swap back to. We'll see. I've seen some national media attention on, is it right to go to the 4-3-3? I don't know. I feel like this offseason he brought in the players for it, but the results on the field haven't quite been there. But again, injuries have something to do with it, but we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah. Cool, man. We got a little more to talk about, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's take a short break and come back in and wrap things up.
Whether you're a Chiefs, Royals, Sporting KC, KC Current, K-State, KU, or Mizzou fan, we've got you covered. Thanks for watching this production of KC Sports Network. Proudly presented by Emprise Bank.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back from the break. These are some sexy breaks we got going on, man. The hey, 0-2, next 2 games, I think we can compete. We can absolutely compete, especially with a little rest here right off the bat. Like you put here, man, I think we'll see what kind of team we have really soon. We're 3 points out of the playoffs, 2 games in, so big freaking deal. Long time, long way to go, long season. Shit, they got a Wednesday Challenge Cup game coming, don't they? On the 19th against Houston.
They do.
Dude, we want to talk about this Mykiaa Minniss situation. Have you heard about this?
Unfortunately, I have.
Pretty wild.
It's tough,
pretty
man.
Wild. I don't, everyone's got an opinion, right? Everyone's got something to say. Some people are like, why do you have to have your mom fight your battles? And I'm kind of like, well, I don't know, man. I remember how I was at 21. I was still getting help from mommy every now and then, for God's sakes. Okay. So I think to have a supportive parent is kind of nice that she even did this, but there was a little hint of like Gio Reyna soccer mom type situation as well. Right. But overall, I'm fine with it because it's social media. Anyone can do what they want. Let's not judge them. Do what you want. Just don't be racist. Don't go post some super awful shit,
Yeah, it's tough, man, because like my first instinct is these are allegations, right? I'm certainly not defending the Current because we're all players first, right? These players need to be treated with the utmost respect in every circumstance. I had the opportunity to interview Mykiaa during the media day. And yeah, super nice. Man had, she had her future in her eyes. She was super optimistic. So to see her get waived kind of sucked. But that's the business, right? Our team is incredibly talented. We can't keep everybody. But going back to her mom's tweet, it's just unfortunate. I'm really curious to see what the current in the league come up with in terms of kind of investigating this. But if the allegations are true, then it's certainly not acceptable that player, she would have to pay for her own flights, and she went and asked for help because she was struggling to keep up weight and got no support. If that's the case, then, something needs to happen.
I'll tell you
unfortunate,
one thing,
man.
One of the weirdest things was when Matt Potter was asked about it, and he kind of delivered his response with like a smirk the whole time. And I was just like, yo, does this dude just have like resting smirk face? I couldn't really do it. I was like, it kind of looks condescending, but we'll put it past him. Maybe that's just his face. I don't know. People think I'm mad all the time, but that's just my face. I feel like he goes, well, I don't know much about the situation. I was worried about, these players. And it's like, I don't know, man. Should the manager be concerned with all players? I don't know. Maybe that's why there was a KC Current job opening for so long as like a director of player personnel. Title might have been different than that, but there was like a player, I don't know, a manager of the players, if you will. Did you see this opening at all?
I did not.
Sounds like if they would have had it filled, maybe this could have been avoided. I don't know if that position's still available now, but I think that kind of position would absolutely be that direct line from players to whatever else. Super helpful. I think they also would like that position to be bilingual. And it's like, that's tough for a lot of people. Not everyone is bilingual. This whole thing came out, man, and was just kind of like, wow, you really feel for this person and the mistreatment that they are claiming happened to them. I'm not going to say it didn't happen to them. I don't know that at all. But if that was their experience, then you got to take that and be like, shit, we have to do better. We have to, have the system be better, because if it happened to her now, it can happen to the next player and the next player after that, unless something is changed. Something happened here. And I hope a conversation takes place maybe between the Current and the Minniss family. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are. I know they're probably going to investigate on the NWSL and see what really happened, right?
And from what I've read on Twitter, and I didn't read the CBA, but if she had to pay for her own flights, that's against the CBA, and the Current would be in violation of that. So, hopefully we get some answers sooner than later, but I do feel bad for Mykiaa. She went to Portland, got a shot at Portland. I'm sorry, not Portland, Orlando. Apologies. A shot in Orlando. Didn't make the final squad, but she talked about how her experience was better. Jordan Listro, former Kansas City Current player, commented on her Instagram post, saying that she had a terrible experience in Kansas City and she loves it so much more in Orlando. And she's glad that Mykiaa had a positive experience in Orlando. So, man, and Listro played the first year, by the way, with under Hugh Williams. So I know a lot of things have changed since then, but it just kind of goes to show there could be a disconnect somewhere, unfortunately. But for the players' sake, I hope that gets resolved. Maybe that position could have alleviated this situation. Maybe it was just miscommunication on some of those allegations or experiences, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, I hope they get it resolved, because like you said, we don't want any player to experience that. And we don't want to deter any player, any draftee from coming to play to the Current because of this type of situation as well.
Can you imagine? She's going to get on glassdoor.com and talk about all the bad times at this workplace. This is what happens, dude. An experience can ruin a person's life, career, expectations for what a job should be. I know this firsthand. I can absolutely, you and I have spoken about this before. I feel that, like you just said, what if other draft picks are like, oh man, KC drafted me. I don't know about this. Remember that horror story a couple years ago, Mykiaa Minniss? Not good. No, don't know if I want to do this. I hope they get to the bottom of it. I hope things go the right way. We love this team. We love this club. We love the players. But at the end of the day, we support the players. I mean, I feel like we're a players podcast first. Like, I mean, we want to, they're the talent. They're who you go to support. They're the actors behind the camera, right? They're the ones you cheer for. But I feel that, and everyone else is just bosses and corporate America, and we hate corporate America.
I do, maybe I'm showing myself being naive, but I do have confidence that the current can rectify the situation and moving forward, put systems in place where this never happens again. At least I truly believe that. So I hope that's the case. Like you mentioned, I hope they can go to the, Minniss family and rectify it however they can, the best they can. And I hope she gets a shot to play again, by the way. I hope she gets her love back and she can go to a team and hopefully make the squad.
At the end of the day, you know what it takes. I'm not saying you go reimburse her flights first off. If that's what happened, it's like, holy shit. Like, I can't believe that happened. But I think it takes a little bit of maybe a little bit of humility on our part and going in and giving, like, even if it's getting on a Zoom call with her and the family and just saying, we'd like to offer our deepest heartfelt apologies that you were treated this way. Everyone's experience is different. We're very sorry. Just take ownership.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, even if you don't feel like it's your fault, just taking ownership makes it so much better. I mean, everyone's been in a relationship before. Isn't it better to just take ownership, Chris? Isn't it better to just say, you're right, I'm wrong?
It can be easier at times.
It can be easier at times. So let's learn a thing or two from love.
Oh, man.
Well, shit. Well, keep an eye on that situation. I don't know. It'll probably just fade away and we'll never talk about it again. And that might be best. That means things will assumedly get fixed and solved.
I think it's got enough national attention that the resolution will likely be publicized, or at least findings. So hopefully it's whatever you want to call the best case scenario in that situation. Hopefully that's what it is. And all parties can, I don't know, I guess move on in the best way possible.
It's easy to lose track of this news, by the way. I'm glad you included that today because I had forgotten about it. It's like that. It's the news cycle, man. Something else takes over and I forget all about it. And so these notes that you make for us are very helpful and I appreciate you.
Well, it came out right before the game. So it's so easy to just be focused on the next thing and then you just kind of move on.
100%. So let's end with some slight little NWSL news. We're just giving expansion teams anybody and everybody. Everybody gets a team, bro. You get a team. Who are we, MLS? What are we doing? 14th expansion team announced, man. The Bay Area, is that the team name?
They don't. Yeah, it's NWSL Bay Area. They don't have a team name yet, but that's effectively
it's just like
what it is.
NWSL Kansas City, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna start play next year, 2024. Let's go. Give me a reason to go to San Francisco. I've been dying to go visit. I hear it's beautiful. I hear the food scene is great. Give me a reason to go. I think it's time to go to a KC Current away game in the Bay Area. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
Man, it looks like $125 million investment, expansion fee of $53 million. I think those are pretty much on the lower end of what it could have been, right?
It's growing though. I think the last one, like LA and San Diego, hopefully I'm not wrong, but I think it was like 50. So this is going to grow. The expansion fees are certainly going to grow.
Well, I mean, a new world-class practice facility looking like it could cost them $35 to $50 million. And we got written here that the majority investor is 6th Street, who has investments in Real Madrid and Barcelona.
According to the tweet that I saw, if that is correct. Yeah? So,
hopefully. Man. See, I don't know why I said Barcelona like that. I said it like someone who's been there, and I have not. So you always know the pompous people who have been to Barcelona.
They'll let you know that you're speaking incorrectly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, that's exciting, man. I love new teams coming into the league because that shows growth. That means the league is getting more exposure, more groups of fans involved. And that's another place to visit. I'm excited, man. You ever been to San Francisco?
I've never been.
Ooh.
Been all over California, but never been to San Francisco.
Yeah. Just sounds awesome, man. Take a little trolley ride, you know?
Oh.
Sounds like a hell of a time.
Yeah. I mean, how cool is it, by the way, they have investments in Real Madrid and Barcelona, man? That's big time. You know, it's kind of like OL, who has they have or the people who own it are also they own the French team OL. I don't know what I don't know what it's called. It's on my fingertips. They have like a partnership, so like
Olympia or something.
Yeah, Leonese or something like that. I feel like I'm butchering it.
Why are you trying to make me speak French?
I don't know, but I just love how the investments are everywhere.
Yes,
man. It's
OL Olympique Lyonnais. But they're ninth. They're ninth in Ligue 1 right now, so they're no good. They just lost in the French Cup today.
But I mean, to capture that TV market, you know, of California even more, that's just going to expand the league. So, and I believe it's led by women, by the way. I think the ownership team are women, and they want to have a female head coach and general manager. So they're doing it right.
Yeah, I dig it. That's very cool. Sweet, man. Well, look, if you got nothing else, man, I hope you enjoy your week off from soccer. You know, from women's soccer, that is. I'm sure you're going out to Children's Mercy Park this Saturday.
I am.
For sporting. I have to miss one last time, and then I'll be out there with you. Hey, we'll talk off the record. I don't gotta throw it on here. It has nothing to do with anything. There's nothing.
Okay.
No need to share that. So stupid.
That sounds good.
Well, hey, the guys, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in, listening to us. It's such a blast to do this every week. We will win a game soon. I guarantee it.
It's coming.
It's only been 2. All right, not a big deal. No one's fretting right now. They're aware of the injuries. They're aware of our team being a lot of new faces and trying to gel with everything. Are you aware that my eyebrow goes up all the time?
I see it now.
What the fuck is that?
I am not aware until you mentioned it.
I have to try to put it down. Am I nonstop people's eyebrowing?
Are you doing fillers? Are you doing eye fillers?
Nah, bro, it just pops up. That's weird. Okay. Huh. Hey, tune in for the video. This is where you get the good shit. Hey, tune in every week, guys. We're here doing this for you. We love all of you. Please hit us up on Twitter, Instagram at NoOtherPod, at Dan Kooser, at Chris Wright 21. Send us an email, nootherpod@gmail.com. Leave us ratings and reviews, Spotify, wherever you do it, Apple Podcasts, all the places. Let us know what you want to hear. Let us know you love us because it makes us feel warm. So for Chris, I'm Daniel. We love you so much. We'll see you.
Thanks for watching this production of KC Sports Network, the fastest growing sports media network in Kansas City. Check out these videos that feature our team of more than 15 former players, insiders, and analysts bringing you the best Chiefs coverage you can find. Entertain, educate, inform. KC Sports Network.